You ever study for hours, feel weirdly confident, and then the next day your brain acts like it got factory reset overnight? You're not imagining it. Students today are forgetting more than students 10 or 20 years ago, even when they study the same amount. And no, it's not because your brain is broken. It's because you're doing 3 things that practically delete information before it ever reaches long-term memory. Today, we're fixing that. Let's start with the painful truth. Modern studying looks like this. You read your notes, you highlight, you reread, you underline, you watch a video, you reread again, you highlight more, and your brain, already tired, already overloaded, quietly whispers, "Buddy, stop. I'm full." Meanwhile, the information you swore you learned is slipping out the back door like a cartoon thief. Why is this happening? Because your brain is being asked to act like a USB drive. But it's not a USB drive. It's more like a lazy landlord. It only keeps tenants who pay rent. Everything else? Evicted immediately. And the worst part? Most students study in a way that makes the brain think these tenants paid nothing. Kick them out. Let's break down the 3 reasons this happens and the exact fix for each. 1. You're consuming instead of retrieving. Imagine trying to learn to ride a bike by watching someone else ride a bike. You wouldn't suddenly wake up and say, "Yes, I have absorbed the bicycle essence." But that's exactly what rereading and highlighting expect your brain to do. When you consume information, read, watch, highlight, your brain says, "Nice, I've seen this before." Not, "Nice, I can recall this without help." The difference is massive. To your brain, recognizing something is cheap, but recalling something is expensive. Expensive equals rent paid. Rent paid equals memory stays. Use active recall. Cover the page, ask yourself, what do I remember? If the answer is nothing, congratulations, you just found the hole before the exam did. Active recall forces your brain to pull information out instead of waiting for it to walk in. That pulling motion strengthens memory faster than anything else we know. 2. You're learning too much in one sitting. Picture your brain as a pizza box. Yes, a pizza box. Every time you study, you're adding slices. A reasonable amount, fine. A whole pizza, also fine. But most students try to shove in 6 pizzas, 2 calzones, and a hot dog, then complain when the box won't close. Cramming doesn't just make you tired, it shoves information into short-term memory, which is basically your brain's junk drawer. If it's full, new information replaces old information instantly. Your brain loves spacing because it forces it to reopen the file, strengthening the memory each time. Think of it like reheating leftovers. Every time you reheat, the flavor sets a little deeper. Spacing equals long-term memory marinade. 3. You're studying in idle mode. Your brain has 2 modes. Focus mode, laser sharp attention, fits like 2 puzzle pieces. Idle mode, brain wanders, stares, thinks about snacks, questions life choices. Modern studying spends way too much time in idle mode. Why? Because the way we study today is too comfortable. Scrolling through notes, watching videos, listening while also texting, eating, and contemplating the meaning of existence. Your brain does not encode memories fully when it's passive. If your brain feels slightly uncomfortable, like you're lifting an inflatable dumbbell that turned out to be real, you're in focus mode. Now tell me, what do all 3 problems have in common? They encourage recognition, not recall. Recognition gives you the illusion of learning. Oh yeah, I remember seeing that. Recall gives you the actual memory that survives tests, finals, and life. If studying feels easy, then you're probably forgetting. If studying feels like a controlled, productive struggle, then you're building long-term memory. Let's fix everything with a simple, repeatable routine. I call it the 3-2-1 memory method. It takes 10 to 15 minutes, works for any subject, and forces your brain into recall mode. Step 1, 3 minutes. Look away, recall. Close the book, turn over the notes, glare at the wall like it owes you money. Now ask, what did I just learn? What key ideas can I remember? What was the point of that chapter, topic, or example? No peeking. This forces your brain to search, which strengthens memory. Step 2, 2 minutes. Gap finder. Now look at your notes. Find what you forgot. These gaps are gold. This is where memory forms. Write those missing pieces down or mark them with a symbol so you can practice again. Step 3, mini test. Give yourself a tiny quiz, flashcards, a single practice question, explaining the concept in one sentence. Testing locks memory in faster than any other technique humans have discovered. Here's a bonus, but it is very powerful. Do one sentence summary each time. For example, today I learned this and this. If you can't summarize it, your brain doesn't own it yet. Here's the way to schedule it with spacing. On the first day, learn using the 3-2-1 method. On day 2, do a 2-minute recall. On day 4, do another quick recall. On day 7, do a final recall. This takes minutes, but multiplies retention. So the takeaway is, students today aren't forgetting more because they're lazy, distracted, or bad at studying. They're forgetting more because modern studying is all about recognizing, not recalling. But now you know the fix. Stop consuming and start retrieving. Stop cramming and start spacing. Stop passive studying and start effort-based learning. Use the 3-2-1 method every time you study. Try it today, not tomorrow, today. Your future self, the one taking finals without terror sweats, will thank you. And if you want more myth-busting, brain-saving study tips like this, hit subscribe. Your memory deserves better.